Hello, streaming to live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, and it's day number 324 of wearing the X39. And today I want to talk about mental focus and clarity, largely because I play this puzzle game on LinkedIn. And I haven't done it yet today because I was saving it for this live stream. And let's see, okay, where is it? All right, I'm ready to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it live here to test my mental focus and clarity. And I'm not afraid to do this. So let's play the game. Solve now. Oh gosh, okay. This is what on earth? Okay. Really? Okay. So you can see how I finished this puzzle, and I was below the average. So I'm not embarrassed to say this because some of the scores that are on this puzzle game are very interesting. Because here, let's see, my best score was 11 seconds, and I was close to probably beating that. I don't know, 4 or 5 puzzle days ago, and I like to read the comments that appear. And one of them says here, okay, 26 seconds, 30 seconds. This guy says, Mr. Rohan, 13 seconds. Like, that's fast. 17. So sometimes these scores I question, largely because when somebody says they have a score of 2 or 3 seconds, I think to myself, how on earth can someone score that fast? Because 2 or 3 seconds is basically, if you're looking at the puzzle, you have to make it like a split second decision, or else you kind of, like, even if you look in the wrong place on the puzzle, that's a second. Like, like 3 seconds. I don't think it's possible. But some people say, "Oh yeah, I can do it 3 seconds," and I don't know. I find it kind of challenging. Now, what can influence your mental clarity and focus? Well, stress can, because if you're under pressure, you're gonna be in a state of, perhaps of nervousness, and nervousness will impede your mental clarity and focus. So what can you do to offset that and help, strengthen your mental focus and clarity? Well, I've talked about this before, and I will say it again. When it comes to drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water, it has a tremendous impact on brainwave frequency and it has been tested this way, and it has been researched. So for all those people out there that use the Muse, which is the MUSE device that can measure gamma brain waves and theta waves. There's another one I'm trying to remember what it's called. But I encourage you to try drinking deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water and see how it affects your brain waves with that device. And report back to me, because I am pretty sure you're going to notice a difference. Because if you can see what the water does like just on blood quality in 15 minutes, what do you think it can have? What kind of effect can it have on brainwave frequency? And can that correlate into stronger mental clarity and focus? or mental focus and clarity, however you want to call it. So is that one piece of the puzzle when I talk about foundational stuff? Well, the water I call is the glue inside the body, because without it, you ain't living long. We all know this. So does it make sense to have the cleanest and most absorbable? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So what determines the cleanest, or what makes the cleanest and most absorbable? Well, you kind of have to get microplastics out of the water, phthalates, prescription drugs, all these synthesized things, because your body is going to be confused if you're putting that inside your body. And if you keep accumulating this over time, what do you think is going to happen? So how do you get rid of markers? Markers are what, the medical industry looks at. Oh, you have this marker in your blood. What happens if you drink the cleanest and most absorbable? Will you have a marker? So then how do you get rid of it? Well, one way is to wear the glutathione patch. So that way your body is triggered to produce the master antioxidant, glutathione, and help to clean out things in the body that it doesn't need. So does replenishing the body with the cleanest and most absorbable assist with that process? Gee, I wonder. Probably does. I'm just trying to get that out of the way, because I did have a pinch of salt before I came down into my basement. As you see, I'm in my basement. There's a furnace. And I want to replenish cells with the most powerful water, so that way it can help with my body. And with that, I'm actually going to put on what I call the X49. Put it here. So you see, there it is. And I'm also going to comment on this puzzle today. For those who are interested, check out the live stream where I actually shared my score after completing it live on FB. Episode 214, March 4th, 2026. All right. And what am I going to call this? I'll use this hashtag unlock your bio energy. And this is on LinkedIn. So you can see my name as it's written on the screen there. I'm screen sharing my phone, my score, my result, my achievements, right? I don't pre-screen like these puzzles to get an advantage. Could I have solved that first connect the dot number quicker? Yeah, I probably should have. I got thrown off by it, which way. It's kind of luck of the draw. Sometimes, you gotta your first move can be the you see how you see the puzzle there, how somebody's trying to solve it, right? Which way they go, right? How can that affect? So this puzzle is all about filling in all the squares and testing your mental focus and clarity. And is it a good kind of a fun way to do it? Of course it is. And this is something that I typically have done first thing in the morning after I wake up. And that's when I test my mental clarity, my mental focus and clarity. And there are days where I score right above the average. And I do it first thing in the morning. So, and is it a sign of, how well I sleep? Sure it is. Because when you get a night's a full night of rest, when you wake up, you want to feel, ready to go. And that's the moment where I take this here and I take my phone out of airplane mode and I go to the puzzle and I try it. That's kind of been my ritual for the past 100 plays. Today's 101. So it's just kind of interesting how the numbers line up, and I'm doing it live stream. I might do this on a day-to-day basis now just to see, right? Because it's one thing to show you, like the one of the benefits of wearing the X39 by saying, okay, enhanced sports performance or increased energy and vitality or faster recovery from exercise. But how do I prove this to you by way of improving mental clarity? Well, I think I can kind of show this to you now on a day-to-day basis, and it's something that I probably will do. Now, as far as skin appearance, if you look back to the previous episodes, you probably will say, yeah, his skin looks pretty good. He looks young. Yeah, look at, you see here. So there, I'm keeping an eye on this here. This is the white, right? Is it going away? That's my question. Do you see it disappearing? Go back and look at some of the old videos. I haven't been using this particular camera for not, it hasn't been that long. I think since December, kind of, I think. So, is it going to be different? Yeah, I think so, but I more or less you'd be able to tell that in the beginning stages I had this window here uncovered like you see now, and it was kind of influencing how the camera was reading my hairline here. Because some people say, "Oh, you look so old." Well, depending on where you're taking the picture with the camera, right? If you're outside, the sunlight's is gonna affect what your hair looks like. And does it do the same down in my basement? Of course it does. So that's why I blocked that window for a while, just so I can see myself and gauge. But going forward, this is what I'm going to do. So, I'll make sure that I show you, what it looks like. And I wonder if my white, facial hair is going to change. Or if it's just going to stay the same. Because one of the benefits is also from when the body is healing itself from the GHK-Cu peptide, which is synthesized inside the body. You have it. Okay? And the X39 is what touches you like this and sends the signal to the body. Okay, you got to do something. That's how it works. That's the process of photobiomodulation. But essentially, what the patch is doing is reflecting the light that your body emits. And your body has this light because we can see it with infrared night vision goggles. That's the light that it's reflecting back into the skin, and it touches, and it goes like this. You won't be able to feel it, but you'll feel the effects of it. For me, I can sense the smell. like burnt toast when I put a new patch on. And on February 16th, when I put the X49 on for the very first time, I could smell the change, the activation in my body. Now, is that because of drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water for the last almost 5 years? I think so. And I've known about this technology since 2022, but I didn't pull the trigger on it until 2025. I kind of regret not doing it sooner, but you know, it is what it is. So this is why I'm sharing my experience with you every single time I live stream, which is 6 days a week. And to prove to you that I'm actually improving, I'm getting younger. And one of those methods, or one of those ways I'm showing you that I'm getting younger, or I'm staying younger, is by way of my ticker. The ticker in here. Last week, on, would have been last week, yes, February 25th, 2026, I matched my all-time highest maximum heart rate of 217 beats per minute, which first occurred on November 6th, 2023. Between then and now, I had never seen it. Oh, and look, there's Phil again. So, why is it happening? Almost 2.25 years later, I'm still able to hit that big number. Is it because I was wearing the X49 at that time, which is known to increase performance and cardiovascular strength? Because prior to this, I've been hitting over 200 lots almost 2 or 3 times a week, every single week for the last 3 months, or however long it is. I don't know. Is it an anomaly, or is it a real thing? And I've been talking about the VO2 Master equipment. I started a fundraiser, actually. So if you're wanting to support me by donating a couple dollars, $5, however, I don't know, it would help me towards procuring that that equipment. And then to further show you that what I'm saying is legitimate. And when I say I believe my VO2 master numbers or VO2 max numbers are probably pretty good, because there's something with hitting a heart rate of 217 beats per minute. And I know my heart rate monitor is good at reading. It's very good. Thank you to the guys at Valencell who made this. They were the first ones that did the 3 kind of sensors, you know. Turn it on. They were the first. This thing measures at 25 times per second. So it's fast. And I know it's 25 because I can see the flashes per second, 25 times. And I recorded it with the high-speed camera. That's how I know. I see 25 flashes in 1 second. So it's fast. And what can I say? I'm a stickler for details. I've always been that way. And if you agree with that, I encourage you to take a peek at this here. I'll show the QR code. You can scan that. As you see on the screen, it'll take you to the shop where you can make your first purchase of the X39 and the X49 bundle. Recently, there was a promotion that I advertised where there was buy 2, get 1 X49 free. That promotion is now done, which was on March 1st. So if you didn't take advantage of that, well, gotta wait for the next one. And if you're interested in burning a fat burner that's safe for you, this is where you can find that location. And it uses fat cells to as a source of energy, as opposed to using muscle for energy, because you want to retain that muscle. And speaking of muscle, today when I put on this tank top, I thought, oh, I'll just go like this. I'll lift my, and I could see here how the deltoids, they kind of, I'm not flexing because you don't see my bicep, right? But it's just interesting how I could see the bloop, right? And the front deltoids here just are showing their, how would you say, musculature. And the type of training that I do 4 days a week with a vibration plate, does it work? When you apply isometrics and the vibration under resistance, does it work? And the answer is yes, it does. So if you're looking for someone to help you with building muscle, strengthening that muscle through its full range of movement. See, you can see the medial deltoid there now, right there. You can see the medial deltoid, right? There's the front, there's the medial. You see them? You see? And I think I do a pretty good job at strengthening the muscle on my body. And I see more and more and more. And am I taking any creatine monohydrate? None. Am I eating 150 grams of protein a day? I'm not. I'm just doing, half an hour worth of exercise that's focused, and I stay kind of consistent with time. Try not to waste too much time. So if you're watching back, you can follow along. Watch any of the previous videos that I have shared, the live streams. You can catch all the replays, and you can see how I'm changing to prove to you that what I'm saying is legitimate and it works, because I'm fueling the body with what it knows how to utilize. And is there something to it? Yes. So don't fall victim to the industry. Say, people will say, the industry will say all kinds of things to get your money. But this is the glue. What I call the glue. One of the pieces. One of the foundational pieces, that your body needs in order for it to thrive. And when you constantly apply them, is when you will start to reap the benefits. And the body is a master at compensating for things. So always think about that. Try to stay ahead of that compensation that it naturally does when it's on autopilot. Because your body knows when there's a feast and when it's in a famine state. And if you're fasting, you're putting it into a famine state. So be careful. Because when you go into a feast state where you're eating, your body says, I got to save some of this for next time. Why do you put on the weight? So be careful. You want to manage that how would you say, up and down between the feast and famine. So in order to maintain, good body fat percentages, if that's your goal, you can't let off the gas pedal. Doesn't happen that way. Your body's too smart, because it'll recognize things when it's on autopilot. Much the same as when you're lifting weights. If it's uncomfortable, you start compensating, and it happens a split second. That's how quick it happens, because it's uncomfortable. When it's uncomfortable, you're going to compensate. And when the body's uncomfortable, when the digestive system is uncomfortable, it's going to compensate. Just like that. Same rules apply. So just be aware of it. Stay ahead of it. And speaking of staying ahead, let's get on with it. So today's workout is going to be leg day. And I have prepared what I got on the list. Okay. 9-minute warm-up first. Bulgarian TKEs, squat thrusters, hamstring curls, bull bridges, tibia, calves. I just kind of like this sequence of exercises because of how it felt last week. I'm just going to measure the temperature here. See how much it is. So you see, there's the ring. So it is 16 degrees Celsius. It's cold. 60.8 Fahrenheit. I don't need any air conditioning down here. So, now that I've been wearing the X49 now for, it's been what, about 20 minutes. I'm trying to see if I can sense the chemical reaction that I call, that's like burnt toast. It's kind of, yeah, I can sense it. It's very subtle. On Monday this week, it was strong. It was strong. And was that because of what I had eaten? I took Sunday off. I didn't exercise. So does that affect how my body adjusts? I think so. All right. So yesterday's heart rate, 201. Let's see where I hit today. I'm going to set the metronome. See? Of course. Doesn't like that. Got to reset it. There we go. That's good. So I'm going to set the tempo for, yeah, I'll do 144. I don't know what this number is, just kind of interesting for me. For all those people that know about 144, get my and I'm going to start with the warm-up. Let's go. And Phil, if you're watching, try to keep up with this Mustang. I don't know if you are or not. Really? There we go. And then it's like my left arm is faster than my right when I'm right-handed. Bizarre. And I will also do a bar hang today. Got it set up behind me. I will do double unders at the 6.5 minute mark, as I normally do. Those are hard. And it hurts when the rope stops you on the leg or it hits you in the ear, as it already just did. Every now and then I come across videos that say, how to improve your speed. Well, it's a type 2 power, and your muscle should be explosive through its full range of motion or movement. So how do you achieve that? Well, you got to practice it. You got to strengthen the muscle, force it to change to be fast. Have a strong mind-muscle connection, and in order to do that, you got to have good mental clarity and focus. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just breathing consistently. All right. One minute in, I'm just going to change this. Grab some more of the cleanest and most absorbable water. So, you can clearly see how quickly my heart rate recovers from being well over 200 today again. So, for anybody that tells me, says 217 is impossible, I'm showing you what's possible. Alright, so first and foremost, we're going to start with the bar hang. So, my hands are cold, because it is cold down here, but I'm going to do it regardless. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I'm slipping, 12, it's just like it's sliding right off. Huh. Oh well, maybe one day I'll get a bar that doesn't move, allows my skin to kind of grab and hold as well. Oh, I'll think about maybe what I can do to... Oh, I think I know what I need to do. Ha! This right here. That's going to be my way of fixing that problem. Because this thing slides. So, I just realized what I'm going to do. Fix that problem. Okay, so... For today's Bulgarian TKEs, I like to use the vibration plate as I've normally done. So I'm going to set it up here, kind of first to see how I can now. I'm just starting to sense the X49. So here. I need to come back a little bit more. Set this first. See if it's... Yeah. Okay. If I want to go a little wider, I can. Go narrower. not enough. Just have enough tension on the band, on the TKE portion. Okay, there we go, that's good. So, what I'm also going to do is take, this is 70-pound weight, in addition to the, I'll create a step here of sorts. Okay. I think that's where it needs to be. Now, taking that weight, there's that. So I want to have this post here to allow for, that's good, okay. So, I'm going to do it this way. Last week I started with and of course the remote. With the first exercise here, I'm going to do with a step on the band, step through it, and I want the band to be anchored behind my heel, so you can see it's here, and having the door anchor helps with keeping that where I want it to be. That way if I do lift my heel off the vibration plate, that shouldn't happen. But there we go. Okay. So here, I'm gonna step, and we're gonna start with the TKEs. All right. This vibration plate has started to make a little bit more noise lately. I want to be able to stick in that bottom a little longer. So that's why I'm using a red band today, which is 16 pounds worth of resistance. Plus the body weight, and obviously you can tell. Oh yeah. Go down as low as possible. Push through the heel. Oh, very uncomfortable. Especially at this angle here. I'm gonna have to check to see in the replay how, if putting the weight behind me in a lower position, I have to make myself some notes on that. So uncomfortable down at that lower. Like here, I can tolerate it longer, But at the real bottom, it's uncomfortable really fast. Oh my, you. Wow. That is uncomfortable. Wow, that last rep I really tried to dig deep to get through that pain. Alright, so now we're going to do the other side. Step through. Oh really, come on. Wow. See here, the last part, when you get that full range of motion. Explode out. Oh, wow. Oh. When you go with a slow negative, it's almost like there's no rest, even holding it at this angle. next up is squat thrusters. So that's what I'm going to do. Take this. Oh. Okay. I'll learn something for next week. Just turn it. Okay, next squat thrusters. That's where I'm taking this band off this anchor. And I'm going to place it on the higher one here. I've got a second band of the same color that I'm going to attach from a lower anchor. So I want to be pulled back and down. And by doing it this way, okay. Slightly more. Yeah, there we go. I'm also going to take my jig here where, okay, where now I'm going to double up the bands by attaching one to one side, like you see, one to the other side, and I also have the door anchor on both sides. So I'm going to set it under here, and set it under here, and we're ready to go. So my toes are lower than my heel. That way the, okay, huh. I just realized I'm going to crisscross them so I have more tension at the bottom of the rep. I know I'm probably doing this a little on the late side, but it's okay. It's just a modification I want to make. So, there we go. Okay, so here we go, and here we are. So So there's tension now at this spot. Have to go fast. There's a spot there where it requires a lot of push through the heel to get out. So I would call that a sticking point. one thing I need to work on. So that way I can do pistol squats. And I think I will try one time in the future. I don't know how many times I'll do it. Pistol squats with the vibration plate. Now that would be a really advanced version of it. And quite difficult, to be honest, because of how much activation and discomfort it would create. But for those out there who are looking to increase your vertical jump, this is one way you can do it. Because it's one thing to do, the explosive out, but a lot of rewards come from the negative. And when you add the vibration here as part of that negative, all right. Starting to sweat some buckets. It's good. Okay. I need to get myself out of this. Alrighty, so the next exercise is going to be the hamstring curls. So what I will do is take my shoes off and put the ankle straps on my around my heels, but by taking my shoes off first, it allows me to do this without deteriorating the strength of the Velcro and the ankle straps. So if you want to call me frugal, this is one reason for that, because I want to save those ankle straps. Alright. And then they go here, like that. Put my shoe back on. Do the same for the other side. So, for the hamstring curls, I'm going to use the red bands today. Last week I used blue color, and I found myself, I was reaching fatigue too soon. I wanted to keep working the muscle through its full range of motion today, so that's why I chose slightly less. But as you can see, when you stick in the areas that are kind of like sticking points, you can really okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Still work the muscle in a positive way. So move that out of the way. I'm going to use this still yet today for the calf raises at the very end. Okay. All right, next up. Yeah, I think that's probably as far as Okay. There we go. So I want to stick in this area here, you know, where the heels are at 90 degrees, kind of in comparison, so get a full contraction for the hamstring. With the band being lower here, at this angle, this is about I would say 30 degrees, you know, up from the ground. Halfway, yeah, somewhere there, or maybe a little slightly more, 40, yeah, 35. So this is where I'm starting to feel the tension right here. So, and I want to work this range of motion all the way to the end. I want to be able to activate that muscle as if I'm kneeling right down. So, does this mimic the Nordic curl in a way? It does, but adding the vibration component to this exercise really separates it. It makes it more of an advanced version of the Nordic curl. So for all those people out there, you know, that are looking for options, you know, could I do a typical Nordic curl with the vibration plate? Sure I can. I can just put the weight on top of the step up there behind me, the green step up there, and there's enough space to, but this is actually a safer way to do it, largely because it puts less stress on the knees, which for me is something I'm still concerned about, because I don't want to re-injure the knee that I did over a year ago that put me in a position where I stopped exercising for a complete year. And then in April of 2025, that's when I started again. So, and I'm gonna hold it right here, point the toes up, can kind of crisscross a little bit. Oh, wow. That's good. Very good. Very good effort today. So, now, next up is the ball bridges, which is an exercise I started doing a few weeks ago, and I really like this exercise largely because of the amount of tension that it puts on the glutes and the hamstrings at the very low end of, okay, I'll grab a weight. I'll just use this here, 15 pounds extra. So, yes, I want to be here. I want my feet on the exercise ball I want to be like in a plank position here when the ball is moving at its strongest amplitude, and then it's going to soften as it moves closer to the center. Yeah, I guess I could do this. My butt is just barely, almost touching the vibration plate at the bottom here. Okay. P1. There we go. So, this creates a lot of instability. And Now curl it up. Stretch it down. And extend the hips forward off the ground. Down, up. Now you can increase the intensity of this exercise if you wish by lifting one leg off the exercise ball. But at this point I don't need to do that because the vibration, it creates the tension. I can really feel it. How if you're doing an isometric hold and then you add the vibration component to it, it's very, very, very good. So, and I'm curling my knees a little bit, lifting my hips. Oh wow, have to relax. It's really, really unstable. It's good. Very effective. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is just way too uncomfortable. Solid exercise. Very, very good. Wow. Very good. Very good. Next up is tibia. So that's where I'm going to okay. That's where I'm going to take the ankle straps off now. Or I can just use I've got a second, no, I do actually. I'm just going to take them off. Give my hamstrings a little bit of a rest here. So, one, there's two, and these will go anchor on my shoes. I mean, there's multiple ways you can do this. I like to have as much force on the top of the shoe as possible, and by doing it this way, here I take the band and I attach the ankle strap that way, so as if I'm stepping on it. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue band that I used for the glutes and use them for the tibia here, because the tibia is a strong muscle, and in order to activate it, I need to, because I jump rope as well, you know, doing double unders. I've noticed an improvement now with my double unders. because of this exercise, believe it or not. Okay. There's the remote. All right, there. So, now, just going to kind of anchor this here. I want the ankle strap shouldn't fall off. Yeah, there we go. I want to kind of grab onto the shoe a little bit. Yes. Okay. And having the vibration here. So the tension, now my toes are kind of pointed as if I'm jumped clearly off the ground. Yeah, I can see how the muscle is being flexed. If you're any kind of foot sports, football, baseball, soccer, basketball, and you want to train this muscle, or you need to retrain it if you had an injury, this is an advanced version to really build that strength. And you can do this in short bursts of intensity. You don't have to have this much resistance, but obviously if you want to strengthen it, this is the way I would do it. And you could turn, rotate your toes in proportion to your torso or your knees. So here I'm just lifting my feet higher than the vibration plate, so that way there's a little bit of downward pull on when I'm fully like this. So here now my toe, positioning my toes as if I'm standing like a ballerina, and I'm just activating the muscle at that point, and I could feel it. It's just really, really good. Like, how do you activate the muscle at that, like here, without the vibration plate? It's kind of really difficult, but I can feel it being activated because of the discomfort, and I have to pause. Really, really good. Wow. Okay. So here I'm activating as if I'm pointing. I'm standing like a ballerina, right on my toes. Now I'm lifting my toes towards my face or towards the ceiling. Now here, contracting all the way through. Wow. Oh, very good. Very good. I would say it's the best, the absolute best exercise for the tibia. Nothing compares to it. The amount of muscle activation that you get, stellar. All right. Last but not least is calves. So for this exercise, I'm going to use the black band, which I will attach to the door anchor. So this is a 19-pound band divided by 2 is 38. That's 38 pounds plus another 38, which I've got a second band here, and I need to find the other door stop, because that's going to go on the bottom of the of the jig here. So I'm going to turn this around, or here, actually, I want to watch the muscle activation in the camera. Hopefully you can see it. So this is what I'm going to do. Do it this way. Reverse. Okay. All right. Get myself organized here. So, yeah, okay. I don't know if you can see the muscle activation from on the camera, but certainly feels quite uncomfortable. At this point here, it's burning, like really burning. Wow, if there's an exercise that can make your muscle cramp, it's this one. Oh, wow. Ah. My left. Even at this point here, how it's cramping. You wouldn't think it is, but it is. Wow. You can make this muscle, if it's stubborn, you can make it grow. Oh, wow. Gosh. God. I don't know if you can see it, but I can certainly feel it. All right, so let's have a look at the heart rate results. So gonna do a screen capture here. So today's date, stamp March 4th, 2026, starting time at 12:39 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Maximum heart rate I hit today was at 210 recorded. So, and let's see here. So, you can see again, how long was I in that range for? 19 seconds. So max effort 207 to 218 for 19 seconds, which is 1% of the entire recorded session. From 185 to 206 was 32 seconds. So another solid effort from yours truly. The how'd you say, the engine underneath the hood of this Mustang, pretty good. And you can see I'm not even flexing. I'll flex now. And you can see how the the front deltoids, they create that little wave, that dip. So without flexing them, they're there. So tomorrow is going to be shoulders, rotators, and traps, and I'll be focusing on that. So tune in tomorrow for another stellar edition of Whacky Wednesday, or another stellar edition of Thirsty Thursday. And see if the temperature warmed up in here. 60.6, 15.9, so it's not any hotter now than it was earlier. Oh, and last but not least, the X49, I'm taking it off. So, can I sense it today? Not so much. No, I think that it maybe has reached its life now, as far as usage goes. I'll try it again tomorrow. We'll see. But as far as that smell that I talk about, I don't smell it very much today. Yeah, just subtle, very subtle. So, and it could be because of the food choices. I think that can contribute to the strength of how the activation happens. So we'll see. I'm going to take the wristband off. That's going to stay down here for it to dry, and then I will be wearing the glutathione YH Renew later tonight when I go to bed. So that's this patch. I'll show you that I've got the real thing. So and I'm ready for this coming Saturday when I do the fitness stress test. I'll be wearing a brand new patch of the X49, which you see here, red. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes, and if it will help propel me over the hump of trying to reach that goal of 62.5 sequences of 4 steps to reach 250 skips in 68 seconds. So will I be able to do it on Saturday? That's going to be the question mark. I've been trying for 11 weeks now, and we'll see how it goes. So remember how to improve your mental focus, your mental clarity, mental focus and clarity. Try the X39. Power your body with the best, as you see there, to experience the benefits. You won't go wrong. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.